So some genesis of this project, or history first and then genesis. I've taught here not as long as David, but quite a long time. I've done Physics 101 for 19 straight years, 38 straight semesters plus summers. And it averages about 150 students per semester for 38 straight semesters. So it has gained some traction at USI as a core course. It has gained some traction as a required course for a lot of HP folks, rad tech, sonography, respiratory therapy, and then more recently, last summer, I was at Walther's driving range with my kids, and I got a phone call, and it was West 5 from nursing, and said, is there any way you could get 101 in an online format, because we have a cadre of potential students, the RN to BSNs. So, you know, non-traditionals, they're practicing registered nurses, but they want to get their BSN. And I said, let me get back to you. And then I shanked a bunch of balls, and because I was angry, but I thought, and then I got a clearer mind, and I said, well, let's try it. Let's at least try it. And so for the first time, we're going to do 101 this summer, 5-week program like David's, in the online format. So that's the genesis of why what has traditionally been me stand up and do the Bill Nye thing, now we're moving to this format. So let's walk through a little bit what I ended up with, mostly due to Larissa's expertise, as opposed to weeks, where David's section logically broke into weeks. We have 4 tests, so 4 modules, if you will. She started the word module in day 1, and module, I learned, means a lot of different things at the same time. Well, now, and so I wouldn't use the word, but now I use the word. So I had 4 modules, for 4 tests, basically, and we outline them, the course content like that. So, you know, I have this, I'm not going to repeat a whole lot of stuff. Start here, tells the students what to do. So if I'm most proud of anything, it's the scientist engineer in me that says, you have to do this and this and do this and do this. They can't screw that up. And if they do, it's on them. It's not on us. They have all of the information. It is all there. So with the introductory stuff, I did create a video introduction. Does this mouse work? Yes. Okay. I did create a video introduction, but I want to embed that. So I saw David's and I go, I should have embedded it. I embedded all the others. So so I'm going to jump right into the course itself, not navigating it. I did create a video on just how do you get around in this course. A voice thread. I'm not going to show it to you. Oh, it wants me to sign in.
Hey, Dr. Scheller here. I wanted to touch base with you and give you a little bit of a
and I don't want to go through this. I just
step you through how
that it is. We were embedding
Physics 101.
me trying to be personal with
you're going to see when you
clicking and operating so that they can see where content is. I thought that was a good idea by Larissa to do that, and so we did. So the navigation is up front.
Hey, Dr. Scheller here. I wanted to touch base with you and give you
introductions, navigating, syllabus, obviously, course alignment, for core purposes and for quality matter purposes. I've included all of that stuff. Will the student look at that? No, they won't look at it. I'm 100% sure of that after having done this for so long. I did a little introduction here just in text-wise and gave them places that they could go see what's important to me. There's my Halloween and a Tough Mudder, and that's what I do at weddings. But the idea here is one of the draws of the 101, and the reason why it has 100 kids every semester is because I'm just talking to them. It's a conversation, and they come and they say, you know, I'm so glad I got to see you break the block on your chest and that sort of thing. So in setting up this course, I try to include as much as everything I do in the semester online. So I employ the efforts of our IT guys, Andrew and David, who are rock, by the way. If you ever need some stuff done, they know what to do. And for each module, so this is our test one module, we've got an overview, which is me saying, here's what you're going to cover in this module. Here's what we're going to learn, but it's personal. It's not a list. They're not going to read it. Say, here's what we're going to do. We're going to first start out with linear motion and mass and inertia, and then we'll talk about Newton's laws a little bit and stuff like that. Back to the video, guys. For this semester, this past semester, I videoed every single lecture I ever did. So I have a whole course worth of videos from here to perpetuity, which if that's beneficial to you, those guys kill it. They do a really good job. I mic myself up, so there's good audio. And if I can find linear motion, I did want to see, no, not that one.
You have the one where you break the block on your chest.
Let's get there.
Any questions about the plant that ices over all the time? About where the new FedEx facility is on 41.
I'm talking about hitting ice and what you shouldn't do when you start swerving. Because it's Newton's laws.
Fix it.
And let's get
you ever, right? Why?
Well, let's go back.
Of having math.
The benefits of having
hammer
math.
Swingers in here. Anybody swung a hammer before? You've actually swung a hammer before? Here's how I'm doing this. Nobody has worried about Scheller getting hurt. I love you. You're a nice person. You're all mean people. You're mean people. You didn't care. I wouldn't be doing this if it was going to hurt. Hit that guy. Sarah, do you have a boyfriend? No? Did you have? When that relationship ended, were you happy or sad? Almost died? Hit it like you're pissed because you almost died. I mean, you got to really, really, really strong. You're really pissed. Do you have a brother?
Okay, so I go through that. I just pulled the sheet from under the dishes, right?
And it wasn't keep sitting still, so I made a really, really quick course that had some time to act. Count one.
And I needed that sheet to catch all the blocks.
3. Chandler, on 3, I need you to hit right here. Now, Chandler, it's really important that you hit the block right here. Do you understand why it's important that you don't miss the block?
Since you wanted to
you know what you're going to hit if you miss the block? Yeah. All right. 1. Hit it. Hit the damn block. Hit the block. There you go.
Block goes into my
I
mouth.
thought you were stronger than that.
So I happen to know that kid. He's from our high school and from the town I live in. But anyway, I never wanted to lose what we have in that class. I wanted the online students to get the same thing. Do I think they're going to get the same thing? Not quite. But the whole mantra was get it as close as possible. Okay, so we have every video ever done in that course, in this course in a traditional format here. Homework and assignments, of course the syllabus, I'm not going to go through that with you, but the idea here is for each chapter, I also included additional content. Here's an intro to Mastering Physics. Mastering Physics is an online utility where they do homework. It is linked with Blackboard. So it's seamless for the student. They don't have to go to another site, Mastering Physics, to get their homework. It's already here. They're already made. They're already dated and due on a certain date. And they know if they don't do them by that date, they're not open to them any longer. So each chapter has, and I obviously use the first chapter. If I go to the second chapter, where more content is, you'll see a very similar format. Okay, chapter 2, Newton's first law, there's a homework for that. Underneath that chapter are additional resources. Here's YouTube videos for inertia, first law, second law. Actually, second law is in the next chapter, but they have more information at their fingertips than they probably will ever utilize. But I erred on the side of having more than having less. The videos are typically where, the lecture videos are typically where students would stop. But now I learned, one of my friends from a graduate school from 100 years ago, he's looking at my videos on YouTube just to see what do I do in a course. So it actually has gotten broader reach than potential students. So each module is lined up like that. It's very discrete. It's very, task oriented, if you will. We do have employed group exercises so that students get to work together and then submit solutions as a group. Tests are already here. The tests are already made and they're already available. They're just not open yet until the students have that chapter material done. So as far as organization-wise, it's as tight as I can get it. As far as material-wise, it's as close to what I do in class as I can get it in this medium. I'd say the aspect I'm most proud of is that the students can access. This has helped the athletes. Another aspect is helped the athletes. It's helped the cheerleaders. It's helped the honor students. It's helped the any club that goes away. They have access to the lectures. I posted these for this semester too. As soon as I had them available, they were on my course website for the traditional offering. So if they had to miss, and I didn't find, and I expected to have students just ditching class because they had the video, but they want to see what I blow up next. So they still come to class. So that served as a good backup in that event. So that's one of the things I'm most proud of is the library of lectures that we now have that we didn't have. So in closing, I was told to reflect. How was your perspective of teaching and learning? Changed. It hasn't changed. I don't have a perspective yet. I don't have a perspective. I'll tell you what my aforementioned concerns are. I'm not real smart and I'm not really talented in anything, but I can hold a room. And when you take that away from the online, in the online format, I'm concerned that how that will work out. So we'll see. As a scientist, I want data. So I'm happy to wait and see how that works out. And I hope it works out well. There's 33 or 35 students signed up for it already. We'll see how it goes, but that would be my biggest apprehension. I won't call it a concern yet, it's an apprehension. We'll see how it goes. Because like you guys, and we've been doing this a long time, quality is everything. First day we met, I said, I am really concerned about what they're going to get. So we'll see. And certainly thanks to these guys, man, they kill it. Whatever you're being paid, you should be paid for. I mean, we have experience with these guys. They so thanks for listening. Any questions?
Is that a situation where you had them video your lectures where you make communication with them and they will do that regularly, or is that something your department has to purchase?
You mean the ability to make the videos?
Yeah. Did you have people come in and video you? Or
okay. So what I did, we had an intervention. We had the IT guys and Larissa and I and somebody else was in there. I forgot. And we sat in Form 3 where I've been doing it forever. And we said, how can we do this? How can we do this? So we just brainstormed and we got a hold of, I purchased a camera, or the department purchased a camera with the audio, with the mic. And I had the camera set up purposefully in a seat of the room so that it was from the vantage point of a student. That was the intention. I don't know how well I did it, but that was the intention. So there was a purchase, there was a purchase of, and it wasn't bad. I tell you what, I mean, we've got a very nice camera that'll be used for a lot of departmental stuff and sound. that's how the mechanics of that work. As far as final product, they take that video, and David and Andy convert that video, an MP4 to, or no, they convert it to an MP4 from whatever format Sony uses or creates in their camera. And then they put it on the OneDrive after the lecture, and after they did it, I uploaded it to YouTube.
Gotcha.
And so, I mean, there's a whole library now of lecture videos and they're segmented into each. I give them a topic. They know exactly what, kind of like David's syllabus. They've got an agenda each day during the traditional offering. They know exactly what they're covering every single day. They can't not know it. Or if they do, they just choose not to. And then I labeled each lecture the same as the syllabus. Other thoughts, questions?
How are you going to manage the groups online? I'm just curious.
Good question. That's a great question.
We're meeting next week to decide.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah.
We know how to create groups within Blackboard. You can do that. I'm assuming you guys are better at it than I. So we know the students that are going to be in it. We're going to create those groups, populate those groups with the students, and then I will have to introduce them to each other electronically, and then they will have group submissions. So the short answer is I don't know, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to figure it out.
I've used groups before. My biggest challenge is grading.
All right. It'll probably be easier for me than it will be for you, than it has been for you, because in physics, it's very discrete answers. It's either 18 meters per second or it's 2.5 miles.
Right.
If it's not 2.5 miles, it's wrong. So there's no subjectivity. It's pretty objective.
And everyone in the same group gets the same grade.
Yeah, that's how mine is too. But then you have, well, she didn't do anything, and I did all the
Right. And these are very low stake assignments too.
Yes,
which is
they are.
important.
They are very low. There's maybe a total of 600 something points in the course. There's a total of 60 points.
Yeah.
10% of the course is in online. Not very much.
All right. Well,
Thanks.
thank you.